Hello, BookTube. I recently announced that I was part of a buddy read for BookTube with Micah Cummins of Essex Dogs by Dan Jones, a novel about King Edward's invasion of France. We're going to be reading this in February. We're going to break it up into 3 parts, and then the fourth part, the fourth week, the book itself is broken up into 3 parts. And the fourth week we'll do some sort of shenanigan or something or other. We'll have a live a video, we'll Zoom chat or something like that, Micah and I together, and talk about our experiences reading the book. In a way, in an unofficial way, an unnecessary way, it dovetails with our read-along for the Steve Tiberius Donoghue Book Club, which starts today, of A Distant Mirror by Barbara Tuchman. We're reading the first half of that book for the first week of February. All about the 14th century and the amazing outsized personalities there. And the outsized personalities tend to get the limelight, and that is being corrected in Essex Dogs, where the focus is very much on a small group of ordinary people, ordinary soldiers. And I was thinking about it, and it occurred to me that although Essex Dogs has had its fair share of publicity in the UK, it doesn't come out in America until Valentine's Day, until the 14th. And I was hand-wringing over that, wondering if maybe that's a little unfair, that not only is it a new book, but it's right now still a forthcoming book. And I brought it up to Micah in a Skype conversation and wondered if maybe we were being a little unfair to our listeners to talk about, for 2 weeks about this book when it's not out yet. And he said, "Piss on you, I work for Mel Brooks." No, actually, he didn't say that, because that is a cultural reference, and Micah was just decanted from his birthing pod 2 weeks ago, so he doesn't have any cultural references. If you don't make a cultural reference that involves the royal court of the Romanovs, he's just going to stand there and smile pleasantly at you because he has no idea what you're talking about. Some of the rest of you will get my cultural reference. We're still going to continue. We're still going to go ahead with the read-along. I just wanted to make the point just briefly in this video to clarify that we're going to be very careful of spoilers. We'll talk in general terms. I mean, Micah has reviewed books before, and I have reviewed the occasional book before. I think we can do a pretty good job of not ruining the experience for you, so that you can use our first 2 videos as sort of a guide to the book. There aren't many of those on BookTube for how popular this thing was, so we'll be careful, is what I'm trying to say. This is relatively terra incognita for me. Most of the buddy reads and read-alongs that I've done on this channel have been for books that are in the public domain, much like Roger's Cheap Old Book Club is over on Michael K. Vaughan's channel. Books that don't cost you anything. It's only really this time around, this year, I am indulging myself, and so far I've had very good response, so I'm not feeling all that broken up about it. I'm indulging myself with the Steve Tiberius Donoghue Book Club will be books that are not in the public domain. You will have to acquire them somehow. Perfectly happy to help you. We're going to have to send you an e-copy of anything that I have that you might want. Just email me and let me know if you're up for reading an ebook. Then that wouldn't cost you anything. But libraries will have them. Used bookstores will have them. I plan on being careful with my selections for the Steve Tiberius Donoghue Book Club. And Essex Dog takes that even further, because it's not only not in the public domain, it's a brand new book. We're still going to do it. It's the confluence is just too likely. Micah and I immediately lighted on the same book because it just has that appeal. There are plenty of things to talk about it that won't require you to have the book in front of you. So you can use the first 2 weeks as a kind of guide to the book. A lot of you have already got in touch with me. I don't know if you're getting in touch with Micah, but a lot of you have got in touch with me and said that you already have the book. You've got a UK download, or even ordered a UK hardcover, including some from The Broken Spine, where they have special edition hardcovers that are signed and have the red lettering, the red coloring on the pages and whatnot. There are all sorts of editions out there, so I'm not getting the impression from a lot of you that I'm being elitist. I'm just naturally a little touchy on that subject, because in 2022, for the first time in my entire effing life, someone who used to be a friend of mine called me an elitist. And so I'm a little extra touchy on the matter. No one has ever called me that before. It's so utterly absurd that I want to make sure that I'm not inviting that kind of commentary by doing a buddy read of a brand new book. I just want to let you know that Micah and I agree. We are aware of the problem. We are aware of the problem. And we don't consider it much of a problem. We will be very careful about how we talk about the book, so you should be fine. So I just wanted to make a quick note to let you know that, and just in case some of you have been emailing me and wondering if I did know that, which I'll let pass this one time. But anyway, I will see you soon. Thank you, BookTube.